So good night, everyone, and welcome to another video collaboration of the Shield Dude in the Couch. I'm joined again by Señorita Sabrosura, who's right there. And today, since summer is around the corner, we thought, like, why don't we talk about like the top 5 concerts in our opinions that we've been to? And let me tell you something, it's not easy to narrow it down to 5 concerts. If people who know us know that we go to a lot of concerts. So today I'm letting Señorita Sabrosura go ahead and start with her concerts.
Hi, dude, and hi, everyone. Well, when you asked me to choose top 5, it was really difficult, but I say, well, you never forget your first one. So my first concert, my top pick, because it was my first concert, it was incredible. It's Draco Rosa. I think we talked about this in the past, but it's one of my top 5 concert because it was the first time, and it was amazing. I was like really young, and it was back in, I think it's 1997.
I think it was 1998, yeah.
In the seven. I Google it and look at pictures. So it was 1997 on Warehouse.
And there's a picture of you in that concert.
Yeah, I was just a little girl. My mom actually took me to the concert with my boyfriend and some friends, and then she picked up after the concert.
Those good old times.
Yeah,
I remember.
My mom was very cool. I was like, she never told me, no, you cannot listen to that, even if with the parental advisory. Other people were like hiding their CDs. My mom was very cool. She's like, as long as you have good grades, I don't care what you listen. So, and they took me to the first concert.
I love that.
They changed the cover.
I know.
But when Vagabundo came out, this is a reissue. But when that concert, when that album came out, that's when that concert. So
yeah, I remember. I think we talked about this. I think on
yes.
the top 5 albums, because I did go to that concert too. I don't know if we went the same date, but all I can remember from that concert was how much fun and intimate it was, and
yeah.
Also, I remember Draco in his pants, and I'm trying to find the picture, but now I can't find it. Damn technology. But yeah, I remember Draco Rosa in his leather pants and like the energy. And yes, it was a great concert. I think I've seen him in concert a few times.
Yeah. The last time I saw him was here in Chicago, with the new album that he had, the Monte Sagrado tour, and that was very intimate and very close too. So I like it because he was like back to his roots, like very rock and roll, dark.
Yeah, that was a great album too, but yeah, I went to that concert that he did in the Warehouse, and yeah, I think it was the first time that I saw him. Because I started listening to him because of friends of mine, and yeah, it was a great concert. I remember the place being so jam-packed that if there was a fight, yes, it was sweaty, so you could feel the sweat, and Draco was right there, and I think intimate shows, especially.
I was like a minor in my first concert, so that make like an imprint on me. So my expectation for the next concert, like it has to be with that same level of energy, with that passion, and I don't know, like now I always have high expectation. Like if you're gonna give me a concert, give me a good one.
Yeah, there's nothing worse than going to a concert and not being good. So yeah, I agree with you. You want a concert to be good, you want to have a great experience. So
well, there's nothing better to go to a concert and then cancel at the moment.
yeah, that happens sometimes, and sometimes that sucks when, yeah, like talking about canceled concerts. This past Saturday, for people that don't know, I was going to see Limp Bizkit. They were going to play in the Hard Rock Cafe in Hollywood, Florida. And I was on the line and they canceled while I was on the line because apparently there were seats in the mosh pit. I'm like, really? That was the excuse. They said it was unsafe. So I'm really still pissed about that.
Yeah, I can imagine. But he has to think like his fans are old people. They're not gonna mosh it. Like,
Yeah, I'm
think he
almost 45 years old. Like
doesn't.
I don't want to mosh. I wasn't in the mosh. Like nowadays, I buy tickets with seats. I need seats, you know.
Yeah.
My, but yeah, whatever. It wasn't that great. So my fifth concert that I'm gonna pick number 5 is I saw the Smashing Pumpkins. I have the album right there. In 2018, just when I moved here, the first year they played the Shiny and also Bright tour. And on that tour, it was a tour where they were playing most of Siamese Dream. They play a lot of like also Melancholy and Gish. So it was really focused on their first albums, their more important albums. And they
Old
played
school.
for 3 hours and 20 minutes.
Wow.
It was a super long concert. A funny story about that concert. The day of that concert, I got some terrible diarrhea.
Oh
So
my God. And then you had to spend 3 hours.
the day of the concert, so I was the whole concert with Imodium. Like, no, I gotta see. You know, I've been
Oh
waiting
my
to see
God.
Smashing Pumpkins for all my life, and the day of the concert, I get diarrhea, and like
Wow.
the really bad one. I'm sharing too much with people, but you know, it's funny. Like it had to happen. You
You're
know,
waiting all your life to be ruined.
waiting all my life to see that concert, and I had that, and it was great. It was all that I expected. They played my favorite song of theirs, Mayonnaise, which I've said repeated time in videos. You know, I love that song. They played hits. They played obscure tracks. The only thing that I wish it would have happened, like one of on some of those concerts, they had like special guests
Okay.
singing songs, and I think in California, Chino Moreno from Deftones joined them
Oh,
to sing.
nice.
I think Bodies and Snail. So yeah, that that was something that I would have loved. I had some pictures here, but I don't know what's going on. It's cut, and I can find now all the pictures, so I can show every picture because I can't find that picture. But oh well, I can show the pictures that I can
You
show,
can show them at the end or later.
or later. Yeah.
Saw Smashing Pumpkins this past year at Riot Fest, and it was amazing. I did not include it because I wanted to concentrate in concerts and not festivals. But if we do top 5 festivals, Riot Fest is one of my favorite. And this past year, I saw Smashing Pumpkins.
Yeah, they're great live.
His boys, we were really close by. Um, he was dressed like with a long dress.
Yeah, like the Machina days, right? When they did the Everlasting Gaze.
Yeah, and in September in Chicago never rains. That day it rained, but we said fuck it, we're gonna listen to Smashing Pumpkins. Like we were like, please don't cancel the festival in the middle of the festival. But as soon as Smashing Pumpkins starts singing, the rain stopped.
But at least you didn't have diarrhea.
No, I'd rather be wet and all soaked from the rain than have diarrhea.
I've had some strange stories. So yeah, Smashing Pumpkins, my number 5.
Nice. Well, the other top concert for me, that it was really impressive. I know I'm choosing in Spanish, but it was Bunbury. Enrique Bunbury. He used to be the singer from Héroes del Silencio, and then he has made a career as a solo artist. This year, he's announcing he's retiring, but I saw him 10 years ago around this date on Puerto Rico on 2012. He was on tour with the Licenciado Cantinas album, and the funny story about that concert, I was in arena, like in the middle, seated, and then when Bunbury starts singing, it's like I want to see him close, and all the people are like walking to be near the stage. So I went. The person I was with, my date, he said, "Oh, you go ahead, I'll wait here." I never saw him from the rest of the concert.
I thought you were gonna say that you never saw him again.
Oh no! I saw him at the end of the concert. Like
Oh wow!
he went to the concert because of me, because he didn't like Bunbury, but he took me to see Bunbury, and I ditched him because he didn't want to go to the front. Like, I'm sorry, I want to. This is my first time seeing Bunbury, so I went to the front. And then I was like, woo, and I was singing with strangers and met some people. And then when I looked back, I couldn't move. So it's like, well, you didn't want to come to the front.
Yeah. Where was that concert?
At the Choliseo, I think.
Yeah, it's forever gonna be known as the Choliseo. Like for people who are not from Puerto Rico, there's a stadium, and there was a Puerto Rican actor called Don Cholito, and they named it after them. So instead of a Coliseo, we call it a Choliseo. They're always gonna call it that. But
that concert was amazing because on the Licenciado Cantina's album, he has a song called El Día de Mi Suerte from Héctor Lavoe, that he's from Puerto Rico. So when he sang that song, it was the stadium went crazy. The people went crazy.
No, yeah, it sounds amazing.
So. And it was like seeing, and he looks a little. I know he used to get pissed, but not anymore, because people tell him all the time that he looks like Jim Morrison. So it was like seeing like Jim Morrison, the last rock god.
The Hispanic Jim Morrison.
The Spanish Jim Morrison from Spain.
Yeah, I didn't go to that concert. I'm not very familiar with his music, so
it's really good. Last year I bought this album. This is the but I don't know. He did like 3 albums in 1 year, and the pandemic he worked a lot. But this is like very modern with electronic, but still with the influence of rock and everything.
Yeah, I did listen to that one because I remember you recommended it to me, so I did listen to it, and it was interesting. So yeah, it sounds like it was a great time, and everyone has those concert stories. So my number 4 concert is from Metallica. I've seen them actually 3 times. I saw them the first time I saw them in Tampa. On the Death Magnetic tour, and then I saw them like 6 months later in Puerto Rico for that same tour. I'm like, fuck it, I'll go see them again. But the concert of them that I'm picking is when they came to Puerto Rico in 2016, and they announced that concert like a month before. And it's funny because when they announced that concert, I don't know if you remember, there was supposed to be a Slayer concert in Puerto Rico on that October, and it's funny, but it's sad story. Those promoters, who suck, by the way, they said that there was going to be a concert. There was going to be Slipknot and Slayer, and then they stopped promoting Slipknot, and people found out that day they were going to be in a concert in Australia, and I were like, Australia to Puerto Rico doesn't make sense.
No.
So with all that turmoil, Pepe Dueño in Puerto Rico said, I'm going to bring Metallica again. And people were like, yeah, right. And he announced it with 3 weeks, and people were saying, oh, they're not going to sell out. They sold out. And that concert was a few days before October 31st. So, and it was a great concert. It was in their Hardwired to Self-Destruct. Here's the flyer for that concert that it was in Puerto Rico on October 26, 2016. And I went with my wife, I went with my sister, and even my wife, who's not a fan of Metallica, was blown away by the concert because it was a great concert. That was also the concert where Zafacón from Puerto Rico
I remember,
got to open for them. So a lot of people were like, obviously, the first time seeing them. Here's a picture of the pic that James had with the Puerto Rican flag.
Nice.
And I think I have a picture here that I took. So it's probably, I had a crappy phone back then, so I have a better phone
You
now
can
that
see it
takes
good.
better. You can see there's James, and yeah, that was a great concert. And Metallica is one of my favorite bands. But even though they're that great, I've seen better concerts that I've been more into.
I haven't seen them never. But at that concert, I was with one of my best friends at my apartment, like, and we were so bored. And she's like, today is the Metallica concert, and I was like, I didn't know you like Metallica. Yeah, yes. It's like, why are we not there at the concert?
Yeah, it was a great concert, and they played great. And
Nice.
every time that I've seen them live, they're good. But I don't know. I think that concert was maybe better because everyone was pissed because Slayer had been canceled. So yeah,
Have you
Metallica.
ever seen Slayer?
No, I never got to see them because after
No.
that they
Wow.
canceled, and they played here in the States, but they played somewhere very far from me, and it was
Okay.
on a weekday. And
I hate that they do concerts all the time during a weekday, like
yeah,
Tuesday,
it sucks for us, but if you
Monday.
think about it, that's their job. If they only do
No,
concerts,
I know, but for the people that work during the week,
yeah, yeah, if you don't work and you can go, and but now
good.
when they put a concert on a Tuesday, I'm like, fuck. And
I saw Slayer at Riot Fest too, and it was the day after my wedding in 2019.
how romantic is that? Did it rain blood?
We saw Slayer, Anthrax, Testament, and they closed with Wooten. And that was at Riot Fest.
No, yeah, that must have been amazing. So yeah, never got to see Slayer. So my
Yeah, but
number
I
four.
always think they're gonna come back because when they were like saying goodbye, that was the last tour.
I don't think so.
They didn't want to leave, and it's like, oh,
I think Tomaraya is tired. And
no,
if you see
maybe.
his last performances, he didn't seem to be all there. I think it's just because of Tomaraya. I think it would have been the other band, the other people in the band, I think wanted to continue.
Yeah,
But Slayer without Tomaraya is not
it's
Slayer.
not the same. Well,
Yeah.
maybe because I saw them at a festival, it's different. So
Mhm.
everyone was like with good energy.
Yeah, but didn't happen.
Yes. Well, my other concert, I never dreamt of see them live. Massive Attack. I went to the Mezzanine tour, the 21 years tour.
There's a picture of them.
Yes, and and there was like Elizabeth Fraser, and her voice was like perfect, amazing. It was like when you hit play on the album,
Mhm.
same. Like she's old now, but her voice was amazing. And then there was Horace Handy, Tricky, like all the original people from the album, and
But older.
yeah, they were all there, and I was blew away with the intense images. And it was like I didn't remember this album was so political and so with that energy.
I
And
will.
they were supposed to play in March, so we bought tickets with a couple of friends, but then they postponed the concert to September. But all my friends, they already bought tickets and planes and hotels, everything. So they couldn't be at the September show. So it's like, okay, we're gonna refund all the tickets, and you, Mary, gonna keep the best tickets. So I was like in the third or fourth road, and it was in the Chicago Theater. That's like really beautiful, but a small space, very intimate, and I could see them all right there.
Oh yeah, no, that sounds great.
And they did covers. They covered The Cure, Bauhaus, and they start with a Velvet Underground cover. Who else? Oh, they even did a cover from Avicii. Do you remember the DJ?
Yes, I remember him.
Yeah, so
He
they
died.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did the Bauhaus, the Bela Lugosi cover. It was really good.
Yeah, when remember in that album of Massive Attack, I remember they had songs on the movie Snatch.
Yes.
Yeah, that's where I remember that songs for the because they had it on that
Yeah,
movie.
and almost everybody remember Teardrop from it was the beginning of the House, the TV show.
Oh yeah, I didn't know that that was a. I can I didn't watch
Yeah,
House that much. I don't remember the song, but I do remember them
Teardrop.
from Snatch and obviously that album. That's a classic album cover of them. So yeah, I sounds like a
Yeah, no, and then by that time when we saw Massive Attack, there were rumors spreading that the singer Robert is actually Banksy. So some people, including me, were like Banksy, yelling at him. But we'll never know who Banksy is. But
yeah.
there were rumors that he was Banksy. So it's like, well, we're gonna see if this weekend there's gonna be murals of Banksy in Chicago.
Nice. Yeah.
People yelling Banksy.
Yeah, that sounds hilarious. So my number three concert that I went to was actually in Puerto Rico as well, and it's AC/DC. And it's not from that album. They were on the, I think it was in 2009. It was from the Black Eyes tour, but I'm gonna show now a picture of me on that concert with a Metallica shirt and the horns. And there was this, as you can see, there was this red in the Choliseo, like the backdrop. I'm like, it's great to take the picture. So yeah, that was a great concert. They played a lot of times, and that's before Brian Johnson had the ear troubles, and they were, before some band members died. And AC/DC live is just great. They had great performance. They played classic songs, Back in Black, Hell's Bells, Whole Lotta Rosie. And in Whole Lotta Rosie, they had like a train coming, and this giant beautiful woman riding the train. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. It was so rock and roll. And something that it was great about that concert is like there were little kids, old, like really like 50-year-olds, 30-year-olds, 20-year-olds. There was like whole families together there to watch AC/DC, because AC/DC, I think, is one of those bands that transcends, like, I think every generation likes AC/DC, and I'm glad I got to go to them, and I didn't miss that show, because there's some other shows like when Rush played Puerto Rico, I didn't go because at that time I had just lost a job, so money was tight. And I never got to see Rush either, and that's one of my, like, damn it. But I'm glad I did go and see AC/DC. They're amazing live. If you haven't seen them, try catching them.
They're still playing.
They're still playing, but Malcolm Young died, and Brian Johnson had the ear trouble. And when he had that ear trouble for a while, they were doing concerts with Axl Rose, and I'm like, I like Axl Rose, but it's not the same. Like, Brian Johnson has that. That's a band that they were able to change a singer to Brian Johnson and the singer Bon Scott when he died, and they both had like a similar. I don't know why they kind of similar sounding voices. So there's this thing, but like Brian Johnson was amazing live. Angus Young, amazing guitar players. To this day, yeah, they're flawless concerts. So if you can see AC/DC, I don't know how long they're gonna play anymore. Go see them. You won't.
That's one of the reasons that we went to see Slayer, because it's like, okay, this is the farewell tour. I don't care if it's the day after the wedding, but we're going.
Yeah, and how romantic is that? when you listen to a song like Raining Blood and South of Heaven.
Honeymoon. Well, we were listening Raining Blood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's my number 3, AC/DC.
Okay. Well, for the next one, I was like, I don't know what to choose. I've seen so many concerts. these couple years, like Morrissey, Nick Cave, Bob Dylan. But I wanted to choose like a new artist because when I went without knowing like nothing. I went because I saw like KEXP show. I was like, I like it. So I went to see them live in Chicago. Diane Coffee.
Oh
I like
yeah.
so much that I bought the vinyl right there in the show.
Yeah, I
Uh,
remember when you went see him, and I was like, "Who's Diane Coffee?" But yeah,
yeah, Diane Coffee, and the album is called Internet Arms. So they were promoting that album that just came out. When Diane Coffee does a show, they gave everything. It's like the best show. And I saw an interview. Diane Coffee is the alter ego name from the singer. His name is Sean Fleming. So Sean said an interview. I don't know if this when I do a show, I don't know if it's the first time you're gonna see me or if it's gonna be the last one or the only one that time that you're gonna see me. So I do my best. And I seen other videos and yeah, it's
yeah. I
amazing.
remember you sent me from the concert clips from him. You know what would be cool if we could interview him for
Yeah.
the channel? Like we could do like a joint interview because you know
And
more. Yeah, that would be
yeah,
cool.
Sean is amazing. He's very cool. I seen a couple of interviews and I like it because he's like very funny, outgoing. And they have a new album coming out soon. We need to pre-order that album too.
So we need to contact him. I'm
Yeah,
like,
and then I like this. This was one of the last two concerts before the pandemic hit.
what pandemic?
The one we're living
Yeah.
right now. But before they cancel all shows and concerts, I went to see Diane Coffee and Ben Giver. Those were my last two shows in January. And then in March, they canceled everything. And then it was funny to me that this album is called Internet Arms. And it's about the like a premonition of the world we're gonna live, like trapped in a virtual war, the uncertainty and depending of the technology. Like, Diane, do you know something?
You knew something. So yeah,
You knew something.
we need to contact him to get him to do an interview with us. That would be interesting, especially if he's gonna have a new album.
Yeah.
I'll have to brush up and listen to his music, but yeah, that would be interesting to do.
Yeah, I think I listened to the two last singles. They were really good.
So yeah, that would be something cool. So maybe, hey, people, be on the lookout. We may do a joint interview with Diane Coffee. So I think I cheated because my number 3 concert is actually it's kind of a festival. It's the Ozzfest 2005, but I saw the original Black Sabbath play there. So that was something. This is the lineup that I saw for that show. It's not the correct date because I didn't see them on June 12th. I saw them like I think it was September of 2005.
Okay.
But it was Black Sabbath and also Iron Maiden were in this bill, but
Oh no. The concert, the tickets were on sale in June, and then the concert says
yeah, the
August
concert.
13th.
Yeah, but they on the concert that I went to, it wasn't Iron Maiden. There were
Oh, okay.
some of the concerts were with Iron Maiden, and some of them were with Velvet Revolver. I was glad that I went to the one with Velvet Revolver because I already seen Iron Maiden, and
Okay.
obviously I didn't know that Scott Weiland would die years later. So that's the time I got to see Scott Weiland, and even though he was with Velvet Revolver, he played like songs from Stone Temple Pilots. But Black Sabbath was amazing. There was also Mudvayne. I saw Rob Zombie, a young Killswitch Engage. I saw Mastodon, and Mastodon actually on the concert I went to had to run the concert short because one of the guitar player cut his finger playing the guitar, and you could see the blood.
Oh wow. How
Rain.
messed up,
So
but how frustrating.
So yeah, so it was that, but yeah, that today is my my concert number 2, Ozzfest
Yeah, so you got
2005.
to see Ozzy.
I got to see Ozzy, and I got to see them in shape. So that's my
Nice.
number 2.
Nice. Well, my number one, my top concert, Nine Inch Nails. They play at the Aragon Ballroom here in Chicago, 2018.
I got a picture right here.
I don't know where I put that book, but the
That's a great picture, by the way.
yeah, we were like really close. It was really intense. We were with a couple of friends. It was like very intimate, very emotional. I don't know. I love it. And then they told me, no, when you see Tool, it's gonna surpass Nine Inch Nails. No, I saw Tool, and it's
I saw
really
them too. Yeah.
good. It's really good, but Nine Inch Nails, top one.
Yeah, that's on my
They-
bucket list.
Yeah, and at the middle of the concert, after they play Closer, he started talking. He doesn't talk a lot in the concerts, like thank you and blah blah. But he says like, now we're gonna do a tribute to one of my a favorite artists, David Bowie, and they play I Can Give Everything Away from the last album of David Bowie, The Black Star. And they did Subterraneans, which they
Awesome.
haven't played since 1995.
Wow.
It's from Bowie from the album Low. And they when they were in tour together, they played. So they haven't played that song since 1995. So that was the first time playing that song. And it was here in Chicago, and I was there.
Awesome. I need to see them. Yeah, that they're on my bucket list.
Yeah, they played all the hits like Terrible Lies, Kurt, Closer, The Perfect Drug, but they ended with Hurt. That for me, that was the perfect ending to the concert at the Anchor.
I would think so. So we're almost running out of time. So my first concert, my number 1, I debated about this, but I have to go with Rammstein. And I'm showing the vinyl. Rammstein, I saw them in 2012 in Philadelphia. I went to visit my friend, and they were doing a tour where they were playing most of the hits, but it was an amazing show. You know, the pyrotechnics, the way, the fire, everything. You know, it's you know, if you haven't seen Rammstein live, it's something that you can't explain, because they really do an amazing job. Here's a picture of something that they did in that concert.
Nice.
I didn't take this picture, but it's from that tour.
Hopefully, I'm gonna see them this year.
Yeah, you're gonna have so much fun.
I bought tickets to see them. I bought the tickets in 2019 to see them in 2020. So they postponed it from 2020 to 2021 and now to 2022. So
hopefully, yeah, you're not gonna regret it. And I did an album review on another channel of the last album, and the last album, the new one, Side, is pretty good. So if they play songs from that album too, it's gonna be cool. But on that concert, they ended the concert with Pussy, and like Till Lindemann wrote he wrote a huge penis. And the funny thing about that concert, I went with my friend and his wife. She was like, "Oh, I'll go with you guys." And you were like, "Are you sure?" And we played her a few songs, and she's like, "No, that's okay. You guys go and see Rammstein." But yeah, the concert was amazing. To this day, I was so blown away by it, like by the theatrics. They sound amazing live. The show, the fire, like everything. Like they're a band that I think the songs, if you listen to Rammstein albums, some are great, some are not so good, but live there's no contest, they're amazing live. So that's my number one. So hey guys, thank you for sticking around watching this video. We want to know, what are your top 5 concerts? Comment below, let us know what happened to you in those concerts. Did you have
funny story or something.
did you puke? Did you have diarrhea? Did you leave your date and go find another one? Let us know in the comments.
So I didn't change my day, I just ditched it.
Yeah.
And then I forgot to tell you, for the 9 Inch Nails, we had to do a 5-hour line to buy the tickets because they went old school.
Oh my God, I can't.
Who else do those kind of lines?
Yeah, no. I remember I did a line for a Metallica show, and the funny thing is, there were everyone was there for Metallica, but there was a Daddy Yankee concert that night, and there were 2 girls in front that they were discussing, and everyone was like buy them, Daddy Yankee plays all the time. We're and they were like, I'm like, we want, and everyone else was from Metallica except those 2 girls. Everyone was not having it because they were holding up the line. But yeah, those are the 5 concerts we might do. Like, it's difficult to pick like 5 because there's, like, especially for people like us that been to so many concerts,
Yes.
And the worst concert I've been to, sadly, was an Ozzy Osbourne concert in Puerto Rico. Yeah, he played terrible that day. His voice was bad. They had to take him away. I was gonna say 30 Seconds to Mars because they were having technical problems, but they tried their best. But Ozzy was terrible in that concert. So,
too bad. I can't think of a bad concert, really.
Yeah, that lucky you that you haven't been to a bad one. But yeah, I think mostly good ones. So people, don't forget to, if you like the videos we're going, give us a like, share them with people who would like this video. Don't forget to subscribe. You can follow us on TikTok, Instagram. You can follow Señorita Sabrosura also on the social medias. And we are going to be back sooner than later. We are planning on doing some album interviews together for some bands. So we'll be back sooner. So we'll also do a joint review of an album that's coming out in a few weeks. So keep an eye out for that. So until next time, this is Hector the Shield doing a couch.
It's Señorita Sabrosura.
And we'll see you right here next time on another collaboration video. Thank you and rock on.